Hello everyone. So we're here from Sweden. And my name is, as I was presented by Fanny, and I'm the CEO.
Yeah, and my name is Johannes Romberg, and I'm the finance manager.
And my name is Lina, and I'm the vice president and marketers.
As you see here, this is the logotype of young entrepreneurs in Sweden, and we are here to represent both young entrepreneurs and our own company, nEthics.
As you might know, Young Entrepreneurs is an organization in Sweden, and it starts already when you're young, like around 10 to 11 years old. And first of all, entrepreneurship in the Swedish school has become a lot bigger during the last decades. And when you're around 10 to 11 years old, as you can see down in the orange text, yes, you're learning about entrepreneurship, like to be creative, think outside the box without no limits. I think you're around 12 to 13 years old, and then you learn more about companies, how it works with entrepreneurship, and it's a lot about being creative. And then you get bigger, like more economics and how the business works. And then we come to the young entrepreneurs. And you start your own new company, like we have this year. And it can be all like selling a product to having lectures like we had. You can do it if you go to the school. In Sweden you can read different subjects, like you can go to economy, or you can be a hairdresser, you can have your own business, your own young business, and you can be building houses. And after you have shut down the company, this UF company, you could keep going and build your own company, your real company.
Young entrepreneurs in Sweden are a lot about think outside the box. What I mean about thinking outside the box is not that you always have to think, what is everyone else doing, and I can do the same. For me, thinking outside the box is doing what I want to do and do it. It's about taking a step out of your comfort zone and do something just because you think it's fun or because that's your dream.
This is a view over a view over the whole year as a company, and this is in Swedish, so I translate it. And it starts over there when our school year starts at the autumn, during the year, and what goals that we want to achieve, and how much money we want to make during the year. And then we come to the main part of to have a company during the year, the sales thing. And then you put very much time and work on marketing, because that's really necessary when you start a new company, to build a brand and to make people get interest of what you are doing about your company. It's very much about to have a product, you have to work with distributors, and then after this you also compete with your company. We competed in the best society entrepreneur and the best service, and we come second place. And then you started to closing down your company and write the financial report. Yeah, and then you figure out what you want to do in the future with your company. We will start a new company, but with the same idea, but it's a real company now, not a youth company. So this is a little bit about what we are doing during the year.
Yeah, so UF company is only lasting for a whole year, and then you must shut it down.
Our name is nEthics, and it means respect online, that you should have respect to the people you are meeting online. We often got the question why we started just doing this company. From the moment I turned 12, I think, until today, I always have to learn by my own. When my sister turned 12, this is like 2 years ago, I was afraid. I didn't know what she was supposed to do online because she had to try it herself. But why was she supposed to do all the mistakes that I have already done when I could teach her about my mistakes? From the moment we started to think about an idea to have lectures from children about how you can use internet in a better way, how you can be proud of being an internet user, and how you can be happy online. We started nEthics.
But the business concept is that we want younger people than ourselves be very comfort with the internet.
Yes, I'm supposed to talk a little bit about the business plan. The thing that we felt was the hardest was to write something good about ourselves. When we wrote this business plan, we had to write something about ourselves that are the best. It was really hard to brag about who I am in front of my friends and stuff. And this is a hard part for you. And when you are doing something like this, writing about yourself and reflecting about who you are, you really get to know you as same as you get to know the other ones in your company. This is really good, and if you're going to start a company, I really recommend to write about yourself and what you are good at. What more I would say about the business plan is put some time to it, because a business plan can help you so much. It always made us reflect about things. It made us reflect about our marketing, about how we're supposed to build up contacts and how we're supposed to do with economics. So business plans is always important to do.
Our goal was to come to the Swedish capital, Stockholm, and get on this big competition.
So this was like the last thing we did before we closed up the company. But the business plan is reflecting about the future and who you are right now. The final report is more reflecting about what you have done and who you was during the year.
So we have put a lot of time in this, and we also needed to work with our other lives, but you should know that it was worth it because we have learned so much. And like Fanny said, we're standing here today. That was just a dream, and just so you know, it was worth it.
Thank you.
Thank you.